What's up, guys? Leslie Robbins here. The coronavirus pandemic has no doubt changed the way people get their sport on, but one local board shop is busier than ever, and its owner plans to keep it that way. Jeremy GODOKISS, the man, the myth, the legend behind Olympus Board Shop.
Welcome back. Here we are, still in the game, still doing what we do.
You are doing what you do, paddleboarding, heading into snowboarding season, busier than ever. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so we've had the busiest summer that we have experienced in 5 years. Obviously, there was a lot of anxiety, a lot of people looking to get outdoors, and the things that people took for granted for so many years, that all changed with the quarantine and the pandemic situation. People have been itching to get outside, and while the end of last winter was a not so great way to end what could have been a really good season for us, we are very fortunate that the summertime picked up the slack in a way that I could have never imagined.
How has COVID-19 changed your business?
Well, it's changed it drastically, obviously. With the snow season coming to a drastic halt because of the resorts all shutting down, we essentially closed the shop. Well, we did cater to a small amount of clients that were inquiring about snowboard purchases because they wanted to support us, knowing that winter was going to return, that life would hopefully normalize at some point in time. We were lucky to have that support, but it was very small in comparison to what we would have had. And then with the resorts closing down and the weather starting to warm up at that time, we suddenly saw this drastic increase in requests for paddleboarding rentals. Obviously, during the quarantine, the access to the beaches and the access to the harbor was all closed down. So unless you had your own boat or a private slip, you were pretty much out of luck. But all that did, of course, was create more of that, like, I need to get outside, I gotta get outside. So as soon as that marina opened, it was like a switch hit, and suddenly the phones were ringing off the hook. I mean, I'm talking from 8 a.m. in the morning until midnight sometimes. People desperate to get on the water and get out and do some paddle boarding, get some fresh air, get some sunshine on their skin, and be socially distant, which, I mean, that's one of the best things about the sport of the stand-up paddleboarding, is that you can be out there and you can be with your closest friends. You're really not going to be closer than 6 feet, because if you are, you're probably bumping boards and falling in the water. It was amazing how that sport, on every aspect, the retail side of things, the rental side of things, the repair side of things, it was the busiest we've seen the water activities in 5 years. And they're still coming. As soon as the sunshine comes out, you know, after a few cool days, it's like the phones start ringing and everyone's ready to get back out there again, even though we're a few weeks away from potentially Mammoth opening up. So it's pretty crazy.
You mentioned Mammoth. I'm standing in front of hundreds of snowboards. You're gearing up for winter. What's happening?
Just like everything else, it's going to be a totally different kind of scene this winter. We are going to be encouraging people to definitely come in advance. We are not going to be able to handle the typical last-minute requests as we are so well known for doing. I hope people are paying attention, because the mountains are going to be operating at a 50% capacity. There are going to be a lot of mountains that are requiring advanced reservations as well. People that don't pay attention and are not checking up on how things are operating, they might take themselves a 3 to 4 hour drive all the way up there and find that they're out of luck. People need to start learning how to plan ahead and give us small shops the option to better serve them by planning ahead, coming in ahead of time, and not just making these last-minute decisions that are really not going to be happening this year.
Last time when I was here for our snowboarding segment and the paddleboarding segment, you're always busy. People are coming and going, and you are the owner. You're really accessible. You're super friendly. Everyone knows you in town. So how do you shift gears a bit with your business?
I hope everyone can relax and realize that the world will continue to go around if everybody just gives each other a little more space, a little more time.
So speaking of time, everyone has to schedule a time, make an appointment to come to this shop now. How do people do that?
We have a link on our website, which is olympusboardshop.net. Use the link to schedule an appointment, whether it be for setting up rental sizing, leasing a board for your child for the entire season, or to actually inquire or purchase a board, and it's just really easy to use. The other option, you can actually message us on our reservation line, which is 424-262-1699. They can message that number, and one of our staff will reply to them And once we figure out the date, then we will add it to the calendar as well. So 2 simple ways to do it. What we want people to do is, rather than waiting to Thursday night or Friday night when you're going to the mountains on Saturday or Sunday because you've already booked your tickets, because a lot of the mountains are going to require that you book tickets in advance with them as well. So what we want people to do is come see us a week before, 3 days, 4 days before. Come on in, we can take our time, we can do it right, we can get all the stuff sized up, we can take the payment so that the day that they actually need to come in and actually pick up the equipment, it's all set up, it's ready to go. They can schedule a time to pick it up, but basically the equipment's gonna be tagged for them, it's gonna be on a rack outside, so they can literally message us on the line saying, hey, my name is so-and-so, I'm here to pick up my board, and one of our staff will literally come outside and load it in your car for you and send you on your way. So to keep people, socially distant, they can just drive right up, like curbside service, essentially. And then, of course, once they're in our system, they don't have to come back in and get sized up every time. We keep all the details in our computer. They'll be able to contact us to set up future reservations a couple days in advance, and it'll all be ready when they come in. So it's just that first time that they have to come in and get sized up.
Jeremy, it's really nice to know that the coronavirus pandemic has not made you guys lose that attention to detail and the love you have for your customers.
Yeah, definitely not. If anything, it's going to help us provide better service, because I think there are going to be a lot of people that understand the importance of planning ahead. 22 years, Leslie, 22 years I've been doing this. Customer service is the only reason why we're still here. As all the locals know, we don't even sell stuff online. We don't even have a website that allows you to purchase online. We are all about word of mouth, coming in here face to face, mask to mask, and getting the job done, just like good old days. And so we want to keep that level of service, and we want to kind of keep it small shop. We want to keep that same mentality. I'm not looking to become some guy that's just disappearing from the store and just hitting buy now, and some guy boxing stuff and shipping it out. We want people to come in, but we want them to feel comfortable coming in. We want them to feel safe, and we want them to remember what it's like to be able to come into a shop and get service from people that care and are passionate about the same thing that they are.
Olympus Board Shop, I did your gear proud.